Hi, I'm Brett Parker, multimedia specialist for Dairy Foods Magazine. And today we're highlighting Stok Cold Brew coffee, as they've recently introduced ready-to-drink decaffeinated cold brew, being released in grocery stores nationwide with the brand's top two performing roasts, unsweet and not too sweet. Here to discuss this is Brittney Polka, Vice President of Ready-to-Drink Beverages at Danone North America. Brittney, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Brett. Happy to be here.
Can you explain the initial inspiration behind the ready-to-drink cold brew flavors?
Yeah, definitely. The inspiration behind our ready to drink cold brew roasts was really to create convenient, high quality coffee experiences that capture that kind of coffee forward, smooth taste that cold brew and only cold brew has to offer, appealing to both coffee enthusiasts as well as casual drinkers. So our wide range of roast levels really are meant to deliver against that smooth and bold flavor that you get from any roast level. As you said, not too sweet and unsweet, the medium roast being our two largest flavors, but all the way to espresso blend and extra bold, which really deliver even a bolder flavor through the roast level of the coffee. So inspiration being to have that wide range to appeal to any coffee lover's tastes.
What are the biggest challenges in crafting a ready-to-drink cold brew product?
Thanks. Well, I have to say, I work with some incredible people who are responsible for the actual crafting of the coffee, though my children would have you believe that that's what I do for a living. In fact, I don't make the coffee myself, but the ones who do certainly have a big challenge ahead of them. Creating a ready to drink cold brew is really about maintaining a consistently bold yet smooth flavor that's not bitter. So, coffee, when it's over roasted or not brewed low and slow as ours is, can sometimes take on that bitterness. But ours really is achieved through unique coffee bean selection and then very, very precise brewing techniques. And so it is certainly challenging. Very, very proud to work on this particular category because I personally believe it's the most delicious thing in our entire portfolio, and our R&I folks certainly have their work cut out for them.
So since Stok's top two performing roasts seem to be unsweet and not too sweet, does that mean that consumers are making a conscious decision to move away from too much sweetness in their coffee?
Coffee is a really special moment of the day. And certainly it is for everyone, but especially as we see younger generations coming into the category, they're replacing other beverages with coffee in really exciting ways. So the daily ritual of coffee, I'm sure you have your own, I certainly have mine, is really all about personalization and customization. That's true in home, just as true as it is out of home. And we're seeing a lot of social trends, especially with younger consumers, being that they're attempting to recreate those coffee house experiences and they want a breadth of options to be able to do that. So it's true that those are our two biggest roast levels and most popular roast levels and flavors within the portfolio. But really, it's about that kind of perfect blank canvas in order to be able to personalize at home. Some folks certainly just drink it black. It's delicious if you do, but a lot of people really want that moment of personalization. So while we do see that lots of consumers are monitoring sugar intake overall in their diets, not just in beverages or coffee, we focus on providing that wide variety of roast levels to highlight the bold and smooth taste. And then what you do with it once you're at home, drink it black, personalize, customize away. We, of course, at Danone have a wide portfolio of options to be able to do that as well. But realistically, the main goal here with all of those roast levels and the two you mentioned are black, no cream in them. The goal is to offer that blank canvas that consumers can go home and personalize and make exactly the way they want, no matter the time of day.
Do you feel there are specific principles in crafting an exceptional cold brew product?
I do. Consider myself a little bit of a connoisseur now. I think I've earned that title, and I would say overall, the main principles are first a super super high quality coffee bean. So the bean itself is part of what allows you to achieve that desired bold profile that we have, especially in our Stok products. And then the second is the low and slow brewing technique. So again, a lot of coffee is brewed in a way that is not, in fact, cold brewed, right there in the name. But specifically, that very, very low temperature but super slow brewing technique is what allows us to remove any of that bitterness that you might experience in coffee. And that sort of rigorous standard that we have in both bean selection and then brewing technique also flows all the way through to just quality control to ensure consistency and purity in the product. You're talking about a black coffee product for the vast majority of our portfolio lineup. So any off note or otherwise would certainly be noticed. So the main principle is to work hard, build a profile that works exactly right, and then brew it with a technique that you know you can count on.
Are there product goals in the cold brew space you feel Stok would like to achieve in the near future?
Yeah, that's a great question. Stok has been around since 2016, so still rather nascent in terms of a CPG category and brand, but has been growing phenomenally since its launch. We started with, those, again, unsweet and not too sweet, expanded into the roast levels with additional black items as well. We also have seasonal favorites like pumpkin or peppermint mocha. We have a cappuccino flavor out today as well. So really rounding out that full portfolio in multi-serve. But just this year, we've just launched 2 additional items that really allow us to satisfy and fill out that coffee spectrum and caffeine continuum as we talk about it. So the first is Stok Energy. Stok Energy is a single serve product. So most of what we talked about so far today is in a multi-serve format. The single serve product is at the totally far end of the spectrum in terms of caffeine content, really meant to give you that boost that you need to get through a tough day or an exam or a night shift. While at the same time, we've launched Stok Decaf. You mentioned it at the top of the meeting here, but Stok Decaf is truly intended to reach consumers who want cold brew, delicious cold brew that they personalize at home without the caffeine. So we've already seen with the launch of Stok Decaf, and you certainly can expect more, that especially younger consumers are very cognizant of what they're putting into their bodies, and part of that is caffeine. So Stok Cold Brew coffee is something that I personally want to be able to enjoy all day long, and I'm not alone in that. And so Stok Decaf allows me to do that. So, realistically, I think you can see us continuing on that path, really rounding out that caffeine spectrum, meeting consumers where they are, giving them coffee at any occasion throughout the day or life stage, and Stok will be there for it. So you can expect more of that from us for sure.
Wonderful to hear. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Brittney Polka of Danone North America, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Brett. Thanks so much for having me.
And thank you all for watching.